all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot. Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Huntington Country Club in Huntington, New York, bringing you the 2025 Long Island and Dwayne Hayden Invitational, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local sponsors: Long Island Platform Tennis Association and Master Athletics. I'm Patty Hogan, along with the one and only Guy Moore, bringing you the men's finals between our number one seeded team of Tomas Christian and Tom Murphy up against the young upstarted team of number 7 seed Ethan Leon and Louis Volclair. The umpire for the match is Lisa Rudloff. Welcome, Guy, to what's going to be an exciting final here at the Duane Hayden Invitational. And before we get going here, let's just give a quick shout out to the guy who this tournament is named after. Dwayne was someone Guy and I were both lucky to have known Dwayne, and in his later years, here's a picture of Dwayne as a youngster. He loved his golf. We got to know him as he steadied himself in the older years during this tournament, holding on to a 3-iron and a 2-iron. In his obituary, it said he was the consummate sportsman. He valued fairness, honesty, and loyalty. He loved the lifetime friendships he made on the golf course. He made such an impact in the paddle community, including being involved with LIPTA for so many years and running 4 national APTA championships. He truly was a gem in our game, and thanks for the everything that Dwayne ever did, and that's what makes this tournament, part of what makes this tournament so special. In addition, we have Tim Mangan, the pro from Nassau Country Club, who's been over at Nassau, Guy, for almost 50 years, and he's run the women's part of this event, we think, since 1994. So kudos to Dwayne, to Tim Mangan, Steve Salerno, Jack Mangan, Kenny Packard, everybody else, and our umpire, Lisa Rudloff, for pulling off yet another great Long Island Invitational. So, Guy, why don't you tell us a little bit about the players today in the finals?
Well, Patty, I'll tell you what. You got a couple new teams here that are pretty dynamic, and I'll start with the top left of our screen. You got Louis Volclair. He's the director of rackets at the Ridgewood Country Club in Jersey. His partner in the blue sweatshirt, black pants, Ethan Leon, director of paddle at Waynesboro in Philly. You got, on the bottom left of our screen, Tomas Christian, new director of rackets at Siwanoy in Bronxville. And you got the man, Tom Murphy, over there. I tell you what, Patty, tell us a little bit about Tom Murphy. I mean, he's just been playing amazing this season with different partners, right?
Yeah, Tom is just a rock-solid guy. He lives out, he's from Indianapolis. He played college tennis, University at Dayton. He played number 1 singles all 4 years. The guy is money. He was the Indiana State high school champion and was an All-American in high school tennis. He grew up playing every sport: baseball, basketball, soccer, golf, you know it. His favorite athlete growing up, the one and only Michael Jordan. A lot of Midwesterners, big fan of Michael Jordan, obviously. Tom's a past winner of the Detroit event with Ryan Baxter. He also won a Columbus Tour event with Ronnie Schneider. He loves to volley, and according to my spy on hand yesterday at last night's semifinal win for these guys over Dobbit and Pardo, Tom Murphy just played lights out. Phenomenal and exceptional volleying. That combined with Tomas's overhead and forehand from the baseline seemed to be an amazing winning formula and just dismantling Dobbit and Pardo.
Well, in Patty, I'll tell you what, I called the last 2 matches with Volclair and Leon, and I know Tomas and Tom Murphy. I mean, we have 2 teams playing about as well as they could play, and the last 2 matches I called with Volclair and Leon, the quarter was 33 minutes and the semifinal was 53 minutes. That should tell you how quick these guys are playing, and Christian and Murphy about the same, winning the semis. Against Dobbich and DeAndre, 1-0. I mean, in the semifinals of an NRT. I mean, unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable. And speaking of, I mean, let's just talk about Ethan Leone for 1 second. We have a connection that we discovered with another announcer, Lauren Mandel, whose son played in the finals of the Boys 14 Easterns tournament with, against Ethan. And I think we might have a picture of that event. Oh, there we have it. Ethan is, Derek Raskoff was Ethan's partner. Ethan is clearly the second one to the left. They beat Justin Mandel. Justin's the tallest one there, and Joe Takahura. It's hard to tell who won this picture, but I think Ethan came out on the winning side of this one.
I mean,
the Mandels spent about 5 years driving Ethan from tournament to tournament. He competed with and against Lauren's son, and so what a great connection. And she always said, Ethan, a unique talent, and we just see his rise in this sport. And we talk about like the trajectory when we saw Regalado Salazar, Nunes come into this and just instantly go to the top of the game. And we've got our next riser, Guy. Do you agree?
I do. And what you'll see, Patty, from the Volclair and Leon side of the court is both of these guys are capable of moving forward, especially Leon. But what I've been most impressed with Volclair is his screen drives. If the ball's hit hard to his screen, he, both off his backhand and forehand side, he moves his grip over to Continental, and he puts so much spin on the ball that if your paddle's not square to it, you have no idea where the volley's going.
Wow, interesting. I mean, Guy, this is, we have such a big paddle day around the country this weekend. Besides a Long Island event here, we had the Red Barn Junior Open yesterday that Macy Elliott ran. I mean, how good is Macy Elliott? She wins the event yesterday morning on the line in Long Island. She raced home, and they had a junior event held there, the Red Barn Junior event, and we might have a picture from that event as well. We've got lots of pictures that we're getting Evan Morgan, our producer, to bring up here. But we have a little time, so Evan, if you could pull up a picture from yesterday, boys 12 and under finals, possibly. Okay, that's clearly not going to happen. But Guy, besides that, you go to Baltimore. We have the Charm City Classic. You go out to Pittsburgh. We have the West Penns yesterday. The Malvern women. We have the APTA men's PTI 20+ nationals. I mean, and we've got the Rocky Mountain Throwdown. What a phenomenal day in the sport of platform tennis to wrap up the first half of this historic season.
Yeah, it was a lot of action yesterday, and that was, you have Regalado Salazar out there playing Broderick and Nunez in the finals of the Rocky Mountain Throwdown. I watched a little bit of that. Looked like a good match, even though the score didn't reflect it. Good, and by the way, Patty, what a crowd out there, huh?
Yeah, looks like we're getting started here. Guy, want to identify the players on the court?
Absolutely. On the top left of our screen, we have Louis Volclair. His partner in the blue sweatshirt, black pants, Ethan Leone. You have Tomas Christian at the net, and you have Tom Murphy serving.
So that's Louis Volclair out of the deuce court.
Absolutely.
We talk about Ethan Leone with this, just phenomenal. We both saw him play that match in Philly against Tomas Christian and Drew Broderick in the quarterfinals there. He and Muto just played an outstanding match. But Louis Volclair, he's been on the tour probably about 8 or 9 years, Guy, would you say?
Easily. And what you'll see too, Patty, from Leon and his partner, Matt Muyo, does this very well, is hits a nice waterfall overhead, but Leon's been hitting that quite a bit in the last couple rounds. And you'll also see, Leon has both sides, forehand and backhand, but he loves his backhand. If that ball doesn't go to the sidewire, Leon loves to crush that ball down the line. It moves the ball over to Volclair and creates space.
The Volclair, going back to where I was going with this, he's played a decade on the tour. And he's really coming into his own. He's the pro up at Upper Bigfoot. He's a great guy. I always call him the most interesting man in the sport of platform tennis. Super talented, plays two-court, ad-court, and his game's really coming together. I've never seen him play better. In Aronimik, in the quarterfinals, he played with Friedrich, and just played lights out, great decision-making. He's always had great athleticism, you know, huge variety of shots. Really fun to watch him really kind of break into, I think, the upper tier in the men's game.
Well, I mean, he's playing with a guy that's dynamic, and you just saw what I was talking about with Leon's backhand the previous point, just crushing it down the line. The ball's got to go to the side wire against him. It's got to. Otherwise, these guys need to keep it simple, Christian and Murphy, and just put the ball down the middle. Even if it's going to be driven like that, they know where the ball's coming back to, which is the middle.
So, Guy, can you explain that point again about if they're standing at the net and they put it in the middle, how much court do they have to cover now as a team? What would you say total width-wise of the guys?
I mean, they're just covering the middle of the court. There's no angles anymore, right? And they're both solid, and from a volley perspective, they're just steady. I mean, they do not want to give these guys angles, and they do not want to give these guys hard screens, especially Volclair. So pushing the ball soft to the middle keeps everything really, really simple and easy.
And Murphy,
in other words, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, guys.
I was just going to say, you go to the middle and the spray charts the middle. I mean, the ball's going to come back through the middle. Wow, that's a big shot by Christian.
Wow, did Tomas just hit him?
Yes, he did. And it was fast.
I didn't think he had it in him.
I know.
You know, we talked about Louis really playing so exceptionally well, and yesterday's semifinal, Tomas and Murphy, I heard, played lights out, and Tomas has been playing the juice court with Broderick, shifted over to that ad court for this tournament with Tom Murphy, and played, you know, a phenomenal ad court game, was big time with his forehand drives, I heard, and just kind of exciting to watch these guys continue to mix it up among the top players in the game. I think it makes for real fun viewing for the audience.
Well, you know, not only that, speaking of Tomas Christian, I mean, you're right. He hasn't played that ad side in a while, so it's just a different dynamic. And I tell you what, Patty, early on here, Tomas Christian and Tom Murphy are playing faster and better than Volclair and Leon. I mean, Volclair and Leon played so fast and so well yesterday.
Yeah, and I was curious, you know, what the speed of play with this match. And, you know, both of these teams, I think, play well fast.
They sure do.
And we know Christian can slow it down from playing with Drew Broderick for all these tournaments. But, you know, I think it's going to be action-packed like this. Lots of transition, backs and forth. Everybody's going for it.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing about Huntington, too, for everyone watching is these courts sit down in almost like a little valley. I mean, the ball plays damp and heavy here at Huntington.
Yep. So that's Ethan Leon serving. And that was Tomas Christian hitting that return to serve out of the ad court. Tom Murphy's over in the juice court, far side. And the most interesting man in paddle, who has the white pants to match his white hat, Louis Volclair. When you were talking about the middle play and how it gives you, as two volleyers, it gives you a much smaller area to look for the next shot, meaning that you can cut, the middle will be the highest percentage shot for your opponents to hit, and you both can kind of zero in, looking for the ball to come to your paddle around the middle in like a 3-foot wide band. That's what I was alluding to before. I think there's a tendency where people think they have to, if the ball comes back, you have to hit to the other person, but the more you move it as the net team, the more vulnerable you become for the next drive if the volleys are not effective.
Well, the other thing, too, about the middle, Patty, is it makes your opponents pretty predictable. You know, when we talk about eliminating angles, remember angles create angles. So if you're pushing the ball deep to the middle, even if the ball comes back as a big hard drive, from a balance perspective, your team's in the right spot. And I tell you also, you know, Volclair and Leon played. I mean, both these teams pretty much played flawless yesterday with the way they rolled through the draw.
Yeah.
But I mean, just a couple errors from Volclair and Leon here early that we didn't see yesterday. And Murphy and Christian are just. I mean, that's the thing about Christian from that ad side. I mean, he just brings a whole different layer that he did not from the deuce side. Holds the ball, sees the court so well. So Tomas Christian serving 30 all, 2-love first set, Long Island Dwayne Hayden Invitational. And talk about Tom Murphy's volley, Patty, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not only that, but with the forehand.
I mean, he's just, guy, I would say Tom Murphy is one of the top players who's so still under the radar in our sport, for most people, I think.
Well,
I mean, the paddle viewing audience, I think the guys on the tour know he's the real deal.
Well, he's just so chill, you know? I mean, he just, and look how heavy that forehand is. There's no backswing. And by the way, Patty, he can drive that ball just like that off the screen, too. If you hit a ball hard in his screens, I mean, it comes back, and it comes back quick. So basically 2 points to win this game to go up 3-love. That's where that no-ad scoring comes into play. Server's choice on the men's tour this season. Patty, what's your opinion of the scoring? You like the no-ad? I mean, I think it's accomplished what we wanted it to, right?
Yeah, I think it's been great to shorten up some matches. What it takes for these guys to play, you know, a tournament, like especially with one-day tournaments, when you have back-to-back matches potentially, if you're getting to the finals, it's brutal. So the APTA went to no-ad scoring or sudden deuce scoring, whatever you like to call it, and I think it's been huge. And I think the big factor has been more that the server gets to pick who they want to serve to versus the return team choosing. Guy, I love that move.
Yeah, and explain to us why that is. Why do you think we decided that? Because in tennis, obviously no ad scoring, it's a returner's choice, but in paddle, I agree with you, and I agree with the APTA. You know, it's server's choice, but why is that?
So they made a decision because in the sport of platform tennis, it's become where the advantage truly often goes to the returner, not to the server. And you
Absolutely.
only get one serve in the sport, and so in a way to kind of mitigate that, and you know, it takes away, you might have a guy on fire on his returner serves, where now with server's choice, you can just avoid that guy altogether. And I think it's a fun mental game I see developing with the players, like who they're going to serve to at that point, and then how that person handles it. And from what I've seen so far, you know, I think the no-ad scoring would have an impact on the top teams in the country a little bit more than everybody else. But I also realized in watching this weekend, you look at Ricolado Salazar, you know, and I think in their semifinal, maybe yesterday there were 5 no-ad points, and I think they won 4 of them. I think the best teams play the biggest points the best, and that's why they're the best teams. So now I'm more thinking the no-ad doesn't hurt them as much as I thought it might going into the season.
Yeah, I mean, in certain teams like a McNerney Morgan, who are just grinders that can hang out there all day. You know, I talked to Adam Morgan after Aronimic, and those guys are, you know, they're learning to adjust and kind of appreciating it as well. You know, I mean, it's a big difference, right? I mean, in the match I called with Regalado Salazar against Leon, and Muyo, there were 13 no-ad games in that match. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's Murphy. I mean, was he on top of the net, Patty?
I don't know, you know. Our umpire, Lisa Rudloff, would have called it if he was over, I'm sure.
That's how you used to volley, right?
Oh, I had to get on top of that net, guy.
I mean.
But that's a lot of confidence that Murphy has, that he's basically, you know, handling one spot on the court and giving the rest of the court, you know, to Christian, and that's how much confidence he has with that. I think great volleyers can cut down drives, but it's also dependent on the trust they have for their partner to cover the rest of the court.
And I do still love that look from Murphy. All right, here we go. No ad point. Much bigger point for Leon and Volclair, right, Patty?
Yeah. You know, Leon, just the talent that he brings to the table. I'm just floored by his ascent in our sport. I'm not surprised, but I just am fascinated and intrigued by how mature, how disciplined he is, his court awareness. He just seems to have every intangible to be a top player to win in his game, and so that's why it's so fun for the sport to have him out here. But you know, it still comes down to the teamwork in these matches, and right now, you know, the Murphy-Christian combination is just, you know, lights out here. They are just perfectly in sync. Where I don't know with Volclair and Leon, having not played together in tournament before, what tactical adjustment you're going to be able to talk to each other about, Guy, that might be needed to get through this match, to make this a little closer.
I'll tell you what, we'll get through this game and I'll give you my thoughts, but what Leon and Volclair have not had to do in this tournament is slow it down, because they've played faster and better than anyone else. Well, guess what? They're down 4-love, 30-15. They better slow it down.
Yeah, they have to slow it down. And that's one of the things, Louisville Claire, you know, if I had to pick 4 players who love to play the sport as fast as anyone, he's always been in my top 4 speed player, meaning he's always in motion. He never stops. And he takes very little time in between points. Always when he's serving, he just catches the ball and starts the point. And so it's just not in his nature. It's not his comfort zone to slow it down. And with Leon, I haven't seen him play enough, you know, to know if, you know, he's going to be able to figure out a way to slow it down. Just not sure.
Well, and that's what, even though they're up 4-love, Christian and Murphy, that's where they have to be careful. They cannot play the outside screens and hit the ball with a ton of pace. They've either got to go soft through the middle or get the ball into the hard side back. They just do not want to give them looks. And Volclair, that was a great drive. I mean, I 100% agree with that shot. Just the ball he hasn't missed.
Yeah.
You can see them just pushing it deep to the middle.
And if they hit by doing this, Guy, they can't lose the point in a sense.
Nope.
Right? They only put themselves on a chance to lose it when they move it out of that middle zone.
Absolutely. Patty, Corian is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corian is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at Corian.com.
So, Guy, Cutter's rule. Sean wants to know, what do Leon and Volclair have to do to win points from the baseline? How do they start getting themselves into this match?
They just need to lob more purposefully. I mean, they need to move it around. They're not getting open spaces, but, you know, Christian and Murphy are doing a great job of using the middle. I mean, it's not the sexy thing to do, right? I mean, it's just they're doing a super job of eliminating the offense that Volclair and Leon brought so often yesterday. I mean, again. And you know what they're doing too, Patty? They're taking away their ability to play fast. So what do Leon and Volclair have to do? They have to lob better. And I would say too, I would throw in switching sides in the backcourt, give them different looks. I mean, they're not getting the looks that they want right now. So, I mean, switching in the backcourt is a good start.
That's Ethan Leon serving. That's Tomas Christian on the far side in that ad court who just hit that ball. Deuce court. We might have cut off their heads a little bit, but blame that on me, guys, because I was trying to cut out a little bit of the court in front of us to get a little closer to these guys for the shot. And I was factoring in Tomas Christian's height back there. But anyway, I'm done being a wise guy. Guy, we talk about the middle, and when you use the middle a ton, like what we're seeing out there here, and you have Volclair and Leon. I mean, they're phenomenal athletes. And when you dump that ball all day down the middle, what it does is it just makes phenomenal athletes get a little bit bored. They get flat-footed, they hang out, they lose their mojo. It's like you're taking the air out of a basketball, dumping those off-speed balls down the middle.
Well, when you're talking about someone like Tom Murphy, which from what we've seen here, and that's obviously the intel on this guy, is he loves to crash the net. I mean, he cannot hit volleys when he's on top of the net because he will stuff you, and he's clearly done that early on in this match. I mean, if he's on the net, the ball's got to go 20 feet in the air. Right, and he's just, I think he's so zeroed in as a volleyer. I love his approach to it. He takes, it looks like, volleying unto itself. We know it's a unique skill in this game, and it's one of the most important skills you have to have. And he's just so dialed in all weekend long. It's fun to watch. Yeah, and this temperature suits him well, too, both with volleys and drives, Patty, because just like you saw there, I mean, he hits such a heavy, flat ball that when he hits your paddle, it just feels like a rock. And by the way, that shot he just missed, that's right in his wheelhouse. Murphy loves that shot. All right, so this is the way I look at it with the no-ad scoring, server's choice. I mean, Christian and Murphy got 2 chances to win the set right here. That's the way I look at it.
Guy, I think you're looking at it the right way. Whoopsie. Okay, hey Guy, we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by ProFlight and match stats provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
I'll ask you, okay, never mind. Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Patty Hogan, along with the one and only Guy Moore at the Huntington Country Club out on Long Island. Men's final round action here, where we just saw Tomas Christian, Tom Murphy, put a thumping, 6-0 thumping on Ethan Leon and Louis Volclair. Guy Moore, oh boy, just phenomenal. Perfect first set played by Christian and Murphy. Very fun first serve, super disciplined play. Used a massive amount of their net play by control this match by directing the balls up the middle, taking the play out of Leon's reach a little bit, really mitigating the athletic ability and court coverage that both Leon and Volclair are known for. It's amazing how they've just taken away their offensive looks.
Well, and you're seeing it, Patty. I mean, look where most of the overheads are going. They're going deep and soft to the middle. And we've talked about it numerous times in this match already, but it just eliminates the unpredictable part of the game. And when you let Leon and Volclair move and transition, They are really, really good. I mean, I haven't seen any of that this morning. 6-love. I mean, I don't think any of us would have said that that was going to happen on either side of this match.
No, it's kind of a shocking. It is a shocking result, but you know, you look at the draw. It's shocking because both these teams just cruised. I mean, Christian, Thomas Christian and Murphy win over David Carter last night, losing just one game. How phenomenal is that, guy?
And that, yeah, of course, and I mean, both these teams just cruise control, but that's what Murphy and Christian need to be careful of, what Leon just did there. I mean, that's the first time we've seen him transition forward just today, this morning. But that's what he's so good at.
All right, so you mentioned, Guy, that you'd like to see Volclair and Leo maybe think about switching courts a little bit and mixing it up.
Yep.
Just to give Christian and Murphy a little bit of a different look over there.
Well, if they're gonna play the middle, even though Leon has both sides, Patty, his backhand is just a hammer. So you put his backhand in the middle, and he could start creating. And when I say creating, he could drive a ball, probing drive, take his shots. But what happens with that is he creates a series of drives because they're just not getting enough offensive looks yet where they can move forward.
All right, better point for Volclair and Leon right there.
And by the way, too, Patty, I mean, Leon and Volclair made some errors in that first set that I didn't see him make all day yesterday, and Murphy and Christian played pretty much as clean of a set as you could play, right?
Absolutely. So again, it continues. A lot of balls up the middle. Really good depth in the last two. Tomas Christian kind of controlling play with his overhead variety. Really fun to watch.
Christian's just working that overhead there. Good tempo.
And I love that Tom Murphy has absolute trust in Tomas Christian behind him. See a variety of formations here at the net, and Tomas is just moving effortlessly to cover everything. I think.
I feel like Christian and Murphy have a really, really good rapport on the court in terms of what their game plan is and their communication. You don't see them out of sorts at all. It's a great ball. Ball did not come up. All right, no ad point here. Gonna go to Volclair. You see Leon looking for that, right?
Yep. Hey, Guy, what percentage of return of serves on 3-all points this year from the top players are you seeing hit as lobs?
Say that again real quick, sorry.
What percent of the top players, when you're seeing these 3-all points in these matches, what percent of the returns are hit as lobs that you've noticed?
I tell you what, Pat, that's a really fun, good question. I would say it depends on the point in the match, but I think these guys are still driving the ball.
Okay, well, I disagree. I'm going to go differently because I've watched Rigoletto Salazar. Alvey had some big opportunities at Aronimik, even last night with Denver, Rocky Mountain Throwdown. 3-all points. A lot of these top guys are just throwing the ball up a lot in the matches that I've been on, Guy.
All right, so let's start with that one.
I see the rip during the point, but when it gets to 3-all, no one wants to miss a return of serve, so they're really just getting the points started a lot of the time. Well, I could be proven wrong in the rest of this match, so let's see.
Well, let's use that first one. Murphy, I mean, that ball was a drive, so we'll just call it, since that question, 0 for 1 right now, and then we'll go from there. You know, and again, Patty, I think it's an interesting conversation, and I agree with you based on where they are in the match. I mean, if you're up 6-love, 1-love, I mean, maybe you're going to drive that ball because you have the momentum. If you're down, makes sense to make sure you get into the point because it's a more important point for you.
All right, so net play here. Volclair and Leon. What do they have to do, Guy? What would you tell them if you could whisper in their ear?
I would say slow it down. I mean, they almost need to use the same. Push the ball deep to the middle.
Exact same strategy that's so effective right
exactly.
now.
Take away what you just saw from Christian. And that's what's happening, Patty, is they're allowing Christian and Murphy to play fast when they're used to being the team that plays fast. And Murphy and Christian have eliminated that by using the middle and slowing. I mean, look, they're not hitting any hard overheads. And if they do, it's a roller like that.
Why do I do that?
Exactly. You can't do that with Leon.
No, you cannot with Leon. Like we said, when you can make him play flat-footed, that's the best chance against him. When he goes in motion, his balance, oh my Lord, that guy is a freaking nature good. Such a skill set. All those years playing on Eastern tennis, traveling around with the Mandel family to tournaments. Guy, do you know of a top-level paddle pro out here who wasn't a high-level tennis player?
What's that? I'm sorry, the screens were in my ear there.
Guy, do you know any top-level paddle pros who were not high-level tennis players?
You know what? The game's. Yeah, I don't know of any more. I mean,
I don't know any now. It used to be back in the day. There were some situations I think about, like someone like a Greg Stippa a million years ago. Wasn't he
right?
Like, was he second base or catcher in baseball? And just phenomenal paddle player. Teamed up with George Zink, 4 straight finals, men's nationals. But now with the game, top women, top men, they all have such a rock-solid tennis background. That's what makes them have the ability to come into the sport and just their trajectory just goes to the top of the game. They have that capacity to influence.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, Leon's a great example of someone who's, I mean, really his first year on the tour, and look at the ascension. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's Tomas Christian serving. That's Ethan Leon hitting that return. Got the backhand that he wanted. You know, I think he even wanted. I think he likes his backhand even a little bit further away from his body. I think he loves that huge swing on that bum with
yeah,
his
he likes to move for it.
Hey, I'm going here.
Yeah,
and, especially to his left.
Exactly, and I think when he doesn't get that movement, it's just there, he got slightly jammed, and you see what he did there, just took something off that ball.
You see them going right back to the middle here, Patty.
That's Tomas Christian, the left of our screen, hitting the overheads. That's Tom Murphy. Indianapolis is Tom Murphy to the right of our screen. We see the back of him. Far side, deuce court, Louisville, Volclair. And far side, ad court, Ethan Leon. Effortless movement from Murphy and Christian at the net, guy. Really fun. Watch how smooth they are. First tournament together.
Yeah, both these teams first tournament together, right?
Yep.
And that's the other thing, Patty. Not only, wow, that's such a great move by Christian. And you know what, Patty? That's why I like Tomas on that ad side. I think it allows him to move forward and transition like that, which you didn't see a lot on the deuce side.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, think about that, right? I mean, some players move forward better based on the side that they're on, but I think Christian just sees the court so well from the ad side. I mean, you could see him holding the ball, letting the point develop, and then he knows exactly where the ball's going to come back to.
Right. So Christian Murphy up 6-0, up 2-1, second set. Huntington Country Club, the Dwayne Hayden Invitational. We have the women's event Friday. We have the finals yesterday where we saw Macy Elliott and Lisa Lalich prevail against Sofia Setovic, one of the new rising young players on tour. And guys, you know who Sofia played with yesterday? Did you watch any of that?
What's that?
The women's finals yesterday from Long Island?
I did watch it. I did watch it.
She played with Michelle Newbank, another rising star on the APTA Tour. And they had a great tournament, pulled off a couple of really good wins, got themselves in the first final of an APTA Tour event, although Michelle was in a final and won the match with Lynn Burst 2 years ago when she started playing.
Yeah, I mean, Macy Elliott and Lalich are, I mean, they're just getting better every single tournament they play. And, I mean, it's tough, right? You know, Lynn Burst, three-time national champion. And Lalich has just come onto the scene. They just gel, and it just makes sense.
Yep. How many nationals for Macy?
4.
4. 3 with Lynn, right? 3 in a row. That's pretty amazing.
Sure is.
Wow. Great get from Volclair.
And Tomas is, I don't even want to call it sneaky fast. I'm just going to say fast. How about that?
Hell, I agree with you.
Patty, did you know that Louis Volclair and Tomas Christian used to be roommates?
You know, I did. Louis runs a boarding house for girls, right?
I mean, what was that show right there? What did we just see right there? I mean, Patty, describe to me when someone says, man, she or he has fast hands. What does that mean to you?
How about we talk about Guy Nunes as an example? Fast hands?
Yeah.
Do you like that one?
I do, or I like what we just saw from Tomas.
I mean, these guys, you know, the top athletes all typically have those fast hands where it's just like, you know, you think a ball's going someplace and at the last second, your opponent hits a shot you didn't expect it at all, and the ability to respond and be under control and change the pace, take a bullet being driven at them, hit a drop shot, you know, just come up with hands plays where it's unbelievable. A ball will be at the feet, even at like a half volley, and they can just be creative, avoid blitzes coming their way. Just a phenomenal skill guy. Were you known for fast hands and fast feet, Guy? Did I get that right?
You did, for sure. I mean, I think that's right next to my player profile.
Fast hands, fast feet, little slower draw.
There it is.
Hometown, Mobile?
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yep. You ever been?
Not to Birmingham.
If you're trying to cheer me up today after Alabama got beat pretty handily by Georgia last night.
Oh, I feel so badly for you, Guy.
Could tell.
Yeah. All right, so we're at 3-1, another game there for Christian Murphy. We talked about, you know, when we came on the air before we talked about it, we said this is all about pace of play. Both teams like to play really fast. And Ethan and Volclair just don't seem to be, they just don't seem to have a tactic to slow down the play as a team. Individually, you can see that Christian Murphy, first tournament together, have come together and on the exact same page 100% of the time. Where with Leon and Volclair, I just don't feel like maybe they did as much of that prep work about possible tactics and strategies that they might have to use and kind of pull into play here to be super competitive. You know, they're right in there. It's not a mismatch at all. The points are phenomenal, but the score is lopsided.
Well, they've done nothing to disrupt what Murphy and Christian are doing. I mean, they've got to have longer points from the baseline, and they've got to make Christian and Murphy move. And that's, look at Tomas right there. I mean, moving forward, and even though he missed that volley, is exactly what he wanted to do.
So, Guy, we know Tomas and Kurt Broderick are buddy. They're a great team. They play together. haven't had great results. I love that they're both mixing it up. Drew went out and is playing with Dean Nunez, lost in the finals to Big Loud Star in Denver last night. You got Tomas here in the finals with Tom Murphy. I think it's healthy for people to switch partners because I think it lets them kind of grow their own individual game. I think sometimes, like you see Tomas play deuce court, always with Drew. Well, today he's out here and he's going to put on a show from the ad court. Phenomenal stand, phenomenal for his confidence as an individual player.
Yeah, and I think too, Patty, both from the live stream and just the fact, Drew and Tomas have played so many tournaments in a few years together that teams learn how to play you. So mixing it up, different looks. I mean, it just keeps things fresh.
Well, I think your point there, Guy, is a great one, that teams know how to play you. And it's hard to come up with a strategy before a match in matches like this where you have two guys who are great players who are teaming up together. You just don't know what exactly to expect.
Right.
But I do know what to expect in the new year. This will wrap up the first half of the APTA season. After the holiday season, the tour will resume with the Fairfield Open January 3rd and 4th. Macy Elliott has done a great job promoting that event, and they're going to have, last year they put on a show. They have a band playing Saturday night. They have cocktails, spectators. They welcome people to come out and watch up at Rolling Hills Country Club. They're going to have PTI things. It's going to be a great way to kick off the second half of the season. Kudos to Macy for doing it all, winning tournaments, running tournaments, giving back to the game. The tour goes to Pittsburgh for the Steel City Classic, and 10-11. Then the Ridgewood Classic, run by the one and only Louis Volclair, January 15, 17. And then the next Grand Prix of the year, January 23rd to the 5th, the Boston Open Grand Prix. And then the January wrap up. It's five amazing weeks, 4.5 weeks, with the Indianapolis Open, where we'll see Tom Murphy, of course, January 31st. So tons of action coming up and into the turn of the new year, guys.
Yeah, and it just feels like this whole fall and early winter has just accelerated. I mean, I can't believe we are where we are already. And I also can't believe that, we'll be in January before you know it, but we're, going to be on a break here from the tour for the next 3 weeks. Patty, talk about momentum here.
Well, we got a little momentum going toward Leon and Murphy and Volclair here, Guy. And you keep talking about how they have to figure out how to just slow it down a notch. And I mean, even slowing themselves down slightly between points sometimes can help the team slow it down. I mentioned earlier how Louis will, he just catches the ball and serves and they just go off and running, where I think it would serve them to be far more deliberate. And Guy, it's only one set. They lost the first set, no big deal. As far as they're concerned, their mentality right now is keeping Leon serving down 2-3 in the match. That's all he's worried about right now.
Well, I'll tell you too, what I haven't seen a lot from Leon today is he has one of the nastiest roller overheads in the game. The ball has a ton of spin and bite on it, but he's not hitting that much today. I mean, he could hit it from anywhere, but...
it's interesting that you mentioned that. That's the shot you're talking about, where when we watched him in Philly, Guy, when he hits the shot that dies in the snowboards, and he does it on demand, and he gets the nick. How does he hit it, Guy? Can you explain technically what he does?
Absolutely. I mean, his grip is almost full Western. He lets the ball drop almost shoulder level, sometimes even lower. Right there, he could never hit a roller from that high. He would let it drop. But, Patty, the reason he's able to hit it from anywhere in the court is because of the height he plays the ball at. I mean, you got to swing through that and follow through across your chest, which he does. We'll watch him when he hits another one here. You see how low he lets that ball drop in the follow-through. And Volclair the same.
Right. What's the swing speed when he hits that roller, Guy?
Well, I mean
50 miles an hour? It's huge.
Well, It could be, but here's the deal. He's trying to get less and less of the ball, and I'll tell you this for everyone watching: if you did, and see, so let's just talk about that point. Much in terms of rollers, both Volclair and Leon hitting many more rollers than we've seen. Oh, wow.
Oh, yes,
I thought
you got that.
I'm sorry, dude. I really did.
Yeah, you were fine. You were in the green.
No, I know, but I thought it bounced the second time.
I thought I got it.
How are you going to
I
see
don't
it
think
from
he
up
did.
there?
I don't think he got it. Do you, Patty?
I think he got it.
I don't think he
It's
did.
underneath You, but you can see it.
Yes, I moved my head.
100%
Let's go to the instant replay. Did he get it?
Everybody's taking notes. I mean, there's no way I can see from there. Anyone can see. Just him.
I think they should play it let.
It's all good.
I don't think they're going to, though.
15.
Oh, 42. Oh, sorry, I thought.
All right, so Ethan Leon is serving. That's Louis Volclair at the net in the white pants. Tom Murphy hitting the return out of the juice court from Mustard in the athlete.
We got a match, Patty.
We do. This is great. This is kind of what I expected. 3-all, second set. Finals of the Dwayne Hayden Long Island Invitational.
What I was gonna say too, Patty, continuing the conversation about that roller overhead. I haven't seen in a really long time, or I should say heard in a really long time, the bite that Leon puts on the ball with that roller overhead. When you could hear the ball biting on the court if you're live. I mean, it's substantial.
Guy, you made a comment.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you made a comment about how he's trying to hit less of the ball. when he hits-
Exactly.
So can you explain that to everybody?
Absolutely. So, you can get all the ball or less of the ball. When you want to put spin on the ball, you have to get less of the ball. So his paddle face through contact is almost completely closed. It's not flush like you would hit almost like a tomahawk, right, or hit down on an overhead. You're trying to create spin, and when you're creating spin like that, you have to get the top of the ball. That's why we call it top spin. And you're brushing up on the ball. You have to be under it to brush over it, but the less you get of the ball, the tougher it is to play off the deck. And the more it bites the screen. So we just had a 3-1 lead here by Christian and Murphy, and then 3 straight quick games. This is the pace that Leon and Volclair want to play at, Patty, and this is what they haven't been able to do all day, except for these last 3 games.
So in the last 3 games, something very different has gone on. What is the difference now all of a sudden, Guy? Is there something that you can pinpoint?
I think that they're lobbing better. I think that I'm talking about Volclair and Leon.
Yep.
And I think that, to be honest with you, to keep it as simple as possible, I mean, Christian and Murphy were flawless. They hadn't made any mistakes, and they've just come out of the zone a little bit, like a lob long like that. They didn't miss any of those the first set. I mean, you have to be pretty darn good to win a set 6-love in 15 minutes against a team like Volclair and Leon. And on the flip side of that, Volclair and Leon have cleaned it up. They were making some uncharacteristic mistakes. They came out a little flat in that first set.
They did, and you
But
can
how
see
many lobs long did you see Murphy miss in the first set? You didn't, right?
0.
Exactly.
That was a great rip up the line by Murphy out of that deuce court. Uh-oh. So you don't want to juice Leon with any flat, hard overhead.
That's such an unbelievable volley. I mean,
But I still don't think he should juice Leon.
no, and you just saw, even though Murphy just hit a great volley, but you saw Leon in the deuce side of the court there, which I still like that look from Volclair and Leon.
Well, I kind of like it because of his two-handed backhand up the middle, Guy. That
That's
could
what I mean.
provide a spark that that maybe could be another piece to this comeback if they come back. And they look like they're coming back big time.
All right,
That's Louis
Patty.
Volclair. Louis
Is he
Volclair.
going to lob or drive? We're 1 for 1. That didn't count. It went to the screen.
That was a lob. This is my point. It's lobbing, guys.
It went to the
you
screen.
guys, it's 67% of the returns at 3-all are lobs.
Okay, we're still at 50-50 in this match, though.
We're at 50-50, right? We're so much closer to 67%.
Wow.
That was too fast for Leon Murphy there.
I agree.
So 4-all, second set. Long Island, Dwayne Hayden Invitational from Long Island. The last tournament of the first half of the APTA Tour. And great weekend in the paddle country all around. So many events going on with top players at each venue. Really exciting. Let's wrap it up, head into the holidays. Tournaments for everyone, all ability levels, and that's what the APTA has accomplished in the last couple of years. Introducing the PTI and having events where you can go compete against people the same ability level. Very, very cool.
And Patty, just to throw something in here, just because he was such a great friend of mine and just an unbelievable person. Duane Hayden, if I could just use one word to describe that man, I would just say first class.
Is that
Agreed?
2 words or 1, Guy?
Well, first class in Alabama is 1 word, but
Okay, but thanks for that explanation.
yeah. I wanted it to be 1 word because I just kind of like it that way.
I got it. No, Dwayne was one of a kind. We all loved Dwayne, and what a positive influence. I remember the last year he was out at Huntington for this event. I remember his daughter was there helping him manage getting around. He had those 2 golf clubs that he used as, he refused to use a walker, and he just went to the golf clubs, which I thought was what a graceful way to age up a little bit.
I agree.
Couple more years, Guy. I'll be pulling out my putters.
Patty, I gotta see your golf game.
Oh, it's something.
I bet.
Fireball. With Tony Considine. Shout out to our buddy Boom Boom.
So, speaking of rollers in RPMs and spin, I mean, Tomas Christian just showed us exactly what we were describing there. That ball just had so much spin on it.
Yeah, and your point about when I asked you what mile per hour of the roller, where I saw Leon hit some of those in Philly at the Aronimink Open. Like just the speed, the acceleration, his body uncoiling. Also, like only a young tennis player can, but he also has the wisdom already to kind of know when not to hit it so hard. It flies beyond his years here.
Look at all the transition in this point, Patty. And by the way, I mean, as well as all these guys volley, Murphy's volley is ridiculous. Yes?
Oh my Lord, it's amazing. And right there, that volley error by Volclair wasn't as amazing. Louis is an exceptional volleyer. He doesn't, his positioning at the net leaves him a little bit where he's indecisive, I find sometimes. And there he missed a forehand volley where I think Murphy's position at the net puts him over a little bit to the right when he's the guy responsible for the volleys. And I think that's what makes him so rock solid. He's only looking for that one shot. I think sometimes players stand at the net, and if they don't shift over as far to their right, it does leave them in a vulnerable spot, and they can get handcuffed, like just what happened there, missing that volley. And Christian Murphy, Up 5-4, second set, having won the first set, and you saw right there, what a return, a serve by Murphy, and he went right back to Volclair and caught him in the exact same spot.
Yeah, I mean, how heavy is that ball, Patty, he's hitting? I mean, it's like a rock.
It is a rock.
And that's Murphy, the way I would describe him too, with his forehand and his volleys. I mean, just very efficient. I mean, there is no excess at all. Like, even with that backhand there's just no backswing.
Yeah. He's efficient, they might say, with all his strokes. All his strokes.
I mean, look at that hammer. Leon and Volclair got to be careful here. And you know the other thing, Patty, I like about Christian and Murphy is they are willing to play the longer points. Even though they played a very quick first set, they will grind. And that goes back to what you were saying about Christian playing with Drew Broderick. I mean, those guys grinded. Just cannot go there with Murphy.
Yeah, Diamond Dave Broderick is chiming in. He said the difference in these two teams, one of the differences he sees is that because of Murphy's volley and Tomas, a phenomenal volleyer himself, you know, they crash the net on volleys. They get really on top of it, where Volclair and Leona's team have a tendency to play off the net more, kind of like where you see Rick Salazar play. And I think, you know, just a 2 or 3 feet distance is allowing Christian and Murphy to kind of control the match, or another way of saying it, Volclair and Leon are not controlling it with their volleys because it's more of a defensive position, not like an offensive, aggressive volley position. Does that make sense, Guy?
It does. Wow.
Oh, love it.
Hey, would you describe Murphy as efficient there? I mean, unbelievable, right?
The speedster, Tom Murphy.
That's what I mean. You and I were talking about it before the match. He just moves so quick and gets to a spot so fast, and you just don't realize it.
All right, Louis Volclair with a little highlight shot right there, a little backhand cutter winner. We're at 30 all. Christian Murphy up 5-4 second set. Go. Ooh.
All right, 2 points to win the match, Patty.
40.
That's the way you got to look at it.
Right, what a great return of serve from Murphy, and Leon didn't even get inside the server spot to try to handle that one.
All right, here we go. It's
All right,
1-1 on no ad points with you and I. Here we go.
Oh, I hope we get to. Come on, lob. Guy. Sorry, Guy, we're not competitive.
I know. This is going to go on the rest of the season, you know that, Patty.
67%, Guy. Just listen to me. Guy, Sean would say you have to listen to your godmother.
No. Wow, look at that volley.
What a great point.
Wow.
Get there!
Come
Game Leon Volclair, 5 all. Second set.
Wow.
How great was that?
I got to take a break, Patty.
Oh, Guy, yeah, take a pause. Hydrate. I'll cover for you for a minute or two. All right, so we're 5 all. Volclair and Leon just found some magic there. Tied this up 5 all. Second set, finals. Dwayne Hayden Invitational.
Christian and Murphy need to be careful here because this is what Leon and Volclair do well. They play this game, and this is what Christian and Murphy have eliminated from them pretty much most of the match, but I don't think they want to get caught up in that type of pace. You're starting to see it right here.
Yeah. Well, Christian crashed the net for sure on that one. He just come up with it, a little to his right.
Yeah, but you're starting to see Volclair and Leon feel it a little bit. They're getting more looks.
Has play sped up now, Guy?
It has, because they're not using the middle as much.
They're not. They're going side to side.
Exactly.
More, and I think they forgot what got them here.
Exactly.
I think they'll remember shortly.
And I'll tell you what, Volclair's forehand, Patty, is an absolute slap shot. I mean, when he starts ripping it, I mean, his paddle's above the ball and he just hits hard and slaps down on it.
It seems like when he strikes the ball, Guy, the ball gets to the other side and like insanely fast.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Good leave. He was not looking for that ball at that height.
Yeah, did he think it was going out?
I don't think so. I just think his window of what he was looking for was just much lower, and he's not going to flinch at a ball that's that high like that.
Right, because if he flinches and hit an off-balance kind of shot, the ball lands short, they're dead in the water.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. This is back to Christian Murphy tempo. A rare volley error from Tom Murphy, but he was way off the net on that point.
I mean, how quick is that forehand by Volclair? The other thing that they haven't done with Volclair today, which he did so well yesterday, and I mentioned it earlier, they're not hitting him balls hard into the screen where he can hit that cut drive or turn it into offense. I mean, there's a little bit of a look at it. You know what Volclair does so well too, Patty, is he gets behind the ball. The ball's never behind him. So not only does he see the court better, but he has options.
And how come he's that? Because of his footwork?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, when you're playing the screens, you never want the ball behind you. You got to be behind the ball. And he does it so quickly. Here we are.
So that hurt right there, a false game point. Leon Volclair up 6-5. Well, Guy, we thought this was going to be close, and we thought it could be a three-setter. We might get our wish.
Yeah, I mean, think about it too. I mean, when we're looking at court director here, I mean, we call it sudden death games at no add point, but I mean, this match is starting to shape up, and as close as it is, I mean, Christian and Murphy have won 3 out of those 4. I mean, that's probably the difference right now in this set.
Right. How long did the first set last, guys? Can we see that from court director? Maybe our producer, Evan Morgan, can pull that up. Length of the first set versus the length of the second set so far. Monster difference, right, guys?
Absolutely. Well, you know what it is too, Patty, as I watch, again, new partnership with Leon and Volclair, they're just getting better at playing longer points. I mean, they didn't have to play any long points yesterday. And when Christian and Murphy are using the middle, they're going to have to play longer points.
And
they're going to
Murphy's
have to wait.
Right. I think Murphy's going to get himself up closer to the net again. The second volley, where he kind of hung back in the mat, Guy, like hung back on the point and made a volley error because of how far he was off the net, I think.
Right.
And you talked about how great a volley he was in that first set throughout the whole tournament. And he's just had 2 volleys misses long. And I just think it was because of his position.
I mean, how was that volley from Volclair? I mean, on the court. You heard his paddle hit the court.
Yeah, so 3 set points here for Volclair and Leon. Things definitely are heating up here on Long Island.
And there's that roller from Leon. You're starting to see him hit more of those, which he didn't really hit at all in the first set.
Yeah, you see Leon's movement and swings right now. He feels much more comfortable, as you can tell. From the
You see how
beginning.
low he lets that drop? He's hitting that from behind the service line. Look, 3 or 4 in a row. And Patty, what that roller does, it just keeps Murphy and Christian on their heels.
Go ahead.
Because you really can't play that off the deck. The ball's got to go to the wire when the ball has that much spin on it. Patty, would you say Christian just develops the point so well from that ad side?
Yeah, hold on 1 second, guys. We're here.
Body!
There it is.
Okay, there we go. We lost our scoreboard, so it's 6-5, second set for Leon and Volclair. Sorry, Guy, I was working on the scoreboard there. But I think that's the set, Guy, because they're leaving.
It is
So I think he's totally
7-5.
Okay, so it was 7-5. We'll be right. Hey, Guy, we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by ProFlight and match stats provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
All right, so you heard Patty then, Evan, right? Welcome back to the Dwayne Hayden Invitational.
Hi, Guy. I'm here.
Go ahead, Patty.
Okay, I didn't realize we were back. The players are not back, but we're back, so we'll go. Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Patty Hogan, along with Guy Moore, bringing you the men's final action from the Huntington Country Club out on Long Island. We have just seen split sets in this exciting match to figure out the next champion of the Dwayne Hayden Invitational. Guy, why don't you give everybody a recap of the first 2 sets?
Well, you can see by Court Director here on the screen. I mean, first set, 18 minutes. Second set, felt like more than 42 minutes, right, Patty? I mean, just, well, you know what? Christian and Murphy were up 3-1, and then Leon and Volclair just slowed it down and started getting their looks and playing more of this, excuse me, the style that they played yesterday. I think Christian and Murphy had from that first set that they played, I don't think either one of them made one mistake. I mean, it was as clean as I've said as you can make, and Volclair and Leon came out flat. But, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of the same in this third set for sure.
What do you expect to see, Guy? Who do you think is going to prevail? If you look into your crystal ball now, you saw the first set domination, flawless play by Christian Murphy. Second set, they came back to earth.
Yeah, I'm going to play both sides of that question. Right now, I think the momentum clearly favors Leon and Volclair because Leon and Volclair are doing more of what they're good at. They're starting to move forward. They're getting more looks offensively. So Murphy and Christian got to go back to what worked so well for them. Slow the match down, push the ball to the middle, and be boring. They've got to, because Volclair and Leon really thrive off movement and moving forward in transition. They don't want to get involved in that game with these guys. These guys are two of the best I've seen this season at doing that.
In the match so far, Guy, on 3 all points, what % of the balls have been lobbed?
67.
You're learning my math, Guy.
I know you're just up 2-1 though. I'm looking at it that you're up 2-1 right now. So you know what? I'm actually glad it went to a third set. I want to get a chance to level it off.
I think I'm up 3-1.
No, you're not. Since the time that we had that question, it's 2-1. Love this.
All right, so the players that look like they're back on the court here. Finals of the Duane Hayden Invitational, Huntington Country Club. Let's give a quick shout out to our tournament directors. We talked about Tim Mangan. Got help this year from Steve Salerno, Jack Mangan, Kenny Packard, Lisa Rudloff, and the one and only Cindy Haber, who is one of the tour directors for the APTA. And Cindy did a tremendous amount of work to pull off this event. She's a Long Island resident. Kudos to Cindy and all her efforts here this weekend. Our usual thank yous to everybody APTA related who provide so much support to us. Karen Jedlick, who's out in Denver. Becky Camerons, who's right there on Long Island. Everyone does an amazing job. All these tournaments this weekend. It's a ton of work, and we're thankful to have such committed people part of the APTA.
I mean, and Patty, how long has this Long Island Invitational been going on, right? It's one of the top 2 long-standing tournaments in the game, right?
Name the other.
Short Hills.
You got it. Short Hills Invitational, Long Island Invitational.
Yep.
Guy, just in case someone's joining us, want to reset the players for everybody out there?
Absolutely. Bottom left of our screen, just serving. Now to the bottom right, Tom Murphy in the black sweatshirt. His partner, Tomas Christian, in the gray shirt, black pants. Top left of our screen, hitting the volley right there, Louis Volclair and his partner, Ethan Leon.
So the Duane Hayden Invitational, Guy, is the third longest running event. I've just got my stat guy, Diamond Dave, just reported in. Short Hills is the longest running consecutive tournament, except for the Nationals, and then Long Island after that. If anybody's got any questions, throw them in the chat room on the YouTube channel here that you're watching. We'll answer them. If we don't know the answers, we'll throw them out to Diamond Dave.
I'll tell you what, early on here in this third set, Christian and Murphy lobbing the ball very well. It's amazing what a 3-minute break does for you, right, Patty?
Exactly.
I got it.
Guy, this is an exciting morning. We've got the men's final here in Huntington. But amazingly, right next door, here you have 4 of the top players in the country. They've got an in-house league clinic going on the very court next door to your right that you see in your camera. They've got, there's a couple of spectators out here this morning watching. But it's pretty funny that, you have 4 top players in the country playing, and right next to you have an in-house clinic going on.
Yeah, and the chair umpire, Lisa Rudloff's running that from both spots. Tell you what a great game by Christian and Murphy. Redirect some of the momentum.
Yeah, how important was that for them to get that game, Guy?
I think you have to set the standard. I mean, they had a match point in that second set, and it was an incredible point, but it changed the momentum for the next 2 games in that second set. I mean, you could just feel Volclair and Leon with the momentum and taking a little break and getting off the court.
Yep. Big time serve from Leon there to start the game. That kind of shows you he's feeling pretty loose. Hit a beautiful serve up the tee. You saw it kick over toward that ad court. The guy's got every shot.
He really does, and I look for his roller to be a major factor in this set as well. Wow. I think for sure he thought that ball was going out, right?
Yeah, really good drive.
Ball came down. It was good 6 inches in, Patty.
Who wins this third set, guy? Or I'll say this. What do Christian and Murphy have to do to win this, to close this thing out?
I think you just saw it the first game. They lobbed really well. Go back to what worked so well in the first set, using the middle, and they'll get their looks. But they can't let Leon and Volclair be Leon and Volclair. They just can't. And there's that roller.
Right. What do you mean by that? You can't let them be that. Explain that comment, guy.
You can't let them play fast. You can't let them move forward. You can't give them angles. You can't hit the ball hard into the screens against them. They will create their own offense. That's why when we talked about it earlier, just pushing the ball to the middle is, and I think on the flip side too, you haven't seen it much, but Leon and Volclair to neutralize that could just switch in the backcourt.
Great anticipation from Murphy. Saw that good shot from his partner Tomas. He saw Lou setting up that backhand cutter, which he's done twice successfully, I think, and you know, was all over that one.
Wow.
Gigantic break early on here for Christian and Murphy on Leon serve.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him fault in the 3 or 4 matches I've called him this season. And you know what? He'll forget about that pretty quickly.
Curious if they get off some drives at Murphy. He had a couple volley errors there, way off the net. Yeah, I love what he just did there. That's what he did in the first set.
Right.
Knocked himself on the top. And I think he is so much more effective, closer to the net than off the net. Whereas Christian handled that low volley up the net beautifully there. But their success is dependent upon Tomas getting a lot of the overheads and Murphy getting really on top of the net, literally. How good a man Tomas playing here, guy. Don't you love his arsenal that he's got on display from that ad court? Moving the ball around, never hitting the same spot twice.
Yeah, he's just developing the point. I mean, he really is. Look where he's lobbing. I mean, little probing drive. But you see how many lobs he's hitting down the line. And Christian will do exactly that. He'll wait and he closes the net so quickly.
Bounce it.
Wow, great eye.
I know. I was just going to say, we haven't seen this set here, Christian and Murphy, make any lob mistakes in terms of depth.
Really good deep serve right there on this gigantic point for Tomas Christian. He needed that, a really good deep serve there, and he got it against Leon.
I mean, Murphy's just on top of that net so fast, isn't he?
Well, that's why I like him, when he crashes that net, literally.
Do you like Murphy's hard roller to Volclair over there?
I don't love that shot. I think it possibly can ignite Volclair.
I do too. think Louis will probably make them pay if that continues.
Yeah, and he might actually sneak up a little bit. You can see how deep he's playing from the. Doesn't he look like he's? We obviously don't see him in the screen at all times. I would love to see him play up a little closer to the baseline, cut off, and next time we're thinking about hitting that overhead there. You know what I mean? I think Volclair could
Yeah, for sure.
come in a little closer.
Easy.
And you know, Christian hit that backhand, just a push backhand, because he was going to lob the next ball down the line anyways, and creates an error. Great for him. See how quick they switch back here?
Oh yeah.
Yep, there it is. Wow.
Wow. Great. From Christian there. Awesome cutter from Leon. I think Tom Murphy's going to get the ball up the line in the air on Leon. Leon's crashing the net. Just you can see he's loving this right now.
Absolutely.
And I would think about lobbing, you know, try to get Volclair involved with hitting some of the overheads if they can. Pinpoint some lobbing there. I feel like the more shots Leon hits, the better he gets. And
Yeah,
any shot, any touches.
He thrives on touches. You are so right.
All right, 30-40. Does Christian go half speed? Just dump the serve in, or does he go big guy?
Dumps. I mean, that was kind of in between. He's gotten better at that over the past couple years, too.
Yep, well, he had laid off that serve from that two-sport.
Yeah, he did. I just
Great
think he's
overhead
learned to
right
trust it.
I hope he trusts it. Tomas is a magnificent player, one of the game's top players, and I love how it's coming together for him out here.
Wow.
Wow, Leon had a lot of opening over there. And I
All
think
right, here we go.
Christian and Murphy, I think they just had a giant sigh of relief. So we've got a 3-all point here, the first one in the third set.
They gonna stay back here, Patty? What are they gonna do?
I think he's going to Volclair. There's no
There
way
it
they're
is.
going to.
He's
Yeah.
staying back.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, halfway.
So much to come up.
2 up, Patty. We're 2-2 now.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm shocked at that miss. Huge hold for Tomas Christian here. For Christian Murphy to go up 3-love in the third set. The finals from Long Island. Dwayne Invitational at the beautiful Huntington Country Club. That's Lisa Rudloff, the director up in the chair, doing a great job. Lisa always does a great job with everything, and I'm a big fan of Lisa's because she's a big fan of junior paddle, and so anything Lisa says, I agree with. Okay, Guy, 3-0. What do you got?
I'll tell you, I don't see any big adjustments needed from Volclair and Leon. I mean, they just made a couple technical mistakes. I mean, I don't think it's anything tactical. You don't see Leon miss an overhead like that much. You don't see him fault, you know, much on a no-ad point. I mean, so we're talking about 2 no-ad games here in this set. Oh.
Wow, the fourth.
He just pulled.
Great job from Louis Volclair. I like the spots where Christian unloaded them. There's 2 drives right up the middle. Just kind of got that ball down low, just kind of testing them. And I think the same goes for Tomas from the baseline. you know, he's not one of the tallest guys out there, and he doesn't have huge reach. But by him also hitting a lot of balls to the middle, it's quite predictable where he's going to get the next ball for the next drive if it's a short ball.
Absolutely.
Guy, your
Patty,
Uber's
Patty,
is here.
yeah, Patty, that's your car alarm. Turn that off, please. Patty, I was just going to say, too, Lisa Rudloff, just a phenomenal job here at Huntington Country Club. Do you know where Lisa played college tennis, Patty?
I do not. Where did you play college tennis?
Georgia.
Oh,
And won a national championship.
pretty sweet.
Yep.
Guy, the physicality that these guys are putting into this match, it's phenomenal to watch.
It's crazy. And that's where the game's changed so much at the high level, is just the mobility and movement and the ability to neutralize and get yourself out of trouble and reset points. I mean, just 10 balls ago, everyone's scrambling, and then all of a sudden, here we are, right?
Mm.
Not out.
Volclair. Christian Murphy lead 3-1. Final set.
All right, so we have Tom Murphy serving. Tomas Christian, his partner at the net in the gray shirt. Louis Volclair returning. Ethan Leon crushing forehand. That's a great volley by Murphy, Patty.
Yeah, right on top of the net.
I mean, that ball's coming at 100 miles an hour.
Yep, that's Tom Murphy to the right of our screen, and that's Tomas Christian to the left of our screen with short sleeve t-shirt on. Far side, deuce court. To your left, Louis Volclair, and Ethan Leon over there in the ad court far side. I'm Patty Hogan, Georgia fan, and that's Guy Moore, an Alabama fan.
Oh. Digging deep this morning, Patty.
Hey, I got it.
I'm sort of a Georgia fan. I am a Alabama. Sure. I have two nieces who went to Georgia, guys, so they run the tailgates. I'm pretty confident during their college careers, from what I've heard from their mother.
Notice too, and Volclair and Leon did a good job of this yesterday. Wow. And that's that slap shot from Volclair.
Yes.
I mean, you see him just snap his wrist?
Yeah. Was he a hockey player?
Well, I don't know. They play a lot of hockey in France.
Not so much.
But what Volclair does so well when Leon gets on a roll is he concedes that. I mean, you can see the pressure that Leon puts on that part of the court like this. You see how he just concedes that to him?
You know, you're seeing the Ethan Leon show here. I think it's the third act of this fight. And the guy is on fire right here. And this is where I think Christian and Murphy are actually using the middle too much, Guy, now from the net, because Leon is playing way over and taking away that middle safe spot. So now they've got to redirect some overheads into that ad court and keep Leon honest.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, and this is the speed that these guys are so good at. And even though it's a new partnership with Volclair and Leon, Volclair will give the middle away to Leon's forehand.
Everybody in the sport would give away the middle to Leon's forehand.
Absolutely.
We know Louis is a wise man.
Wow, great move by Murphy.
That's that signature Murphy forehand. Seen it for years.
What transition here. Wow. Patty, can you get much closer to the net than that?
No.
And not only that, I mean, just a sick drop volley, right?
Yeah. Gigantic moment, obviously. Ethan Leon serving 30-all. Third set. That's Tomas. I mean, Tom Murphy serving. That's Tomas Christian right there at the net. Just hit that volley. Just what a turnaround this match, guy. That first set, so fast. Murphy, Christian just didn't miss a thing. They came back to earth a little bit, but the level of play from Volclair and Leon in that second set went way up, and we got a battle here in this third set.
And I agree with what you said a little earlier, Patty. I think that Murphy and Christian, that's where you got to be careful. I mean, Leon is putting so much pressure, and by the way, he's only looking for one side or the other. So when he's obviously drifting to the middle, he's looking to hit forehands. Wow, Murphy.
Great close from Christian right there to hold his ground, to set his paddle, and Louis Volclair was so nice to hit Tomas Christian's paddle in exactly the sweet spot, I think.
All right, here we go. No ad point.
Okay.
We're 2-2. Just so
Come on,
you know.
lob, lob, lob. Come on, Louis.
Come on, Louis.
That's Murphy
Give me
serving the
that.
3-all.
There we go.
Ah.
3-2. Yes.
Ah, you're killing me, guy.
Love it. That's
Look at Murphy.
that's the ball that Volclair is so good at.
How do you touch
Yep,
the net
see
there?
Murphy crashed the net, and he touched the net. And he
Wow.
called it on himself, I think.
Christian Murphy leads 3-2, final set.
Well, and you know what, Patty? To be honest, we talked about it several times, but we haven't seen Volclair hit that shot because they haven't given him the opportunity. They just did there, and after, almost an hour and a half match, I mean, that's the first real look he's got at that, but he took advantage of it.
Guy, are you getting psyched for the Nationals going to be hosted out of Canoebrook this year? Rob Scanoni and Blake Anderson running that out of Canoebrook. March 6th, 7th, and 8th. The committee's planning a phenomenal event, following up on the amazing job by Bruce Bedcap and his crew last year out of the cricket club in Chestnut Hill, outside Philly. And that's what all the players are. The eye on the prize is that national title, and these 4 players all hope to be in the hunt with each other or with a different partner, but we'll all see them in March, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, first of all, Canoebrook and their committee and the Nationals committee, I mean, just a great job. But Canoebrook, just an unbelievable venue, just like Philly Cricket was last year. I mean, they're going to just light it up. But going back to partnerships, Patty, I mean, do you think we could see? I mean, I think everyone's still kind of figuring it out. A lot of these teams on the men's side are. I mean, you got your McNerney, Morgans, Regalado, Salazar. I mean, they're going to be there. Nunez, Powers. But some of these other players, be interesting to see where they all fall.
Yep, and that's why it's fun with so many tour events all over the country. You see a lot of experiments with different partners because you never really know what it's going to be like until you get on the court with some, one of your buddies here. And I think that's what makes the game of paddle so unique, that one week these guys are partners, the next week they're opponents, but they all have a ton of mutual respect and thoroughly enjoy competition, with and against each other. Talk about the hands play all over, the speed, the athleticism, guy. This is phenomenal.
It really is. I mean, mean, that is just Murphy.
Murphy Bailey 4-2, final set.
Wow, what a forehand right there.
He sure is. I mean, in going back to what we said earlier, Patty, I mean, is efficient a good word for that? I mean, there's just zero extra that he does there, and it just hurts so quick.
Well, and I think the thing is, Leon, you know, he'll learn from that shot. He hung that out, and Murphy just got a great look. Was it Murphy who took the forehand guy? It was great. It was a spot. But anyway, my point is, Leon kind of fed him the ball of life, and I think he'll learn from that. He provided the opportunity for a forehand rip, and you know, had the volley error to follow.
Well, most players, when he hits that roller like that to that corner, are going to let it go. But, I mean, Murphy's just not that guy.
Really good dipping return. Murphy tried to cut it off, couldn't come up with that play. I don't think that's Tom Murphy's move. I don't think it's his ball. I think Tomas has proved that he can cover.
Yeah, he's just too far off the net to reach for that, right?
Yeah, even if he makes it, he puts him way out of the net. Hey, that's one way to make up for a volley error, guys.
I was going to say, that's Murphy's volley, right?
Exactly.
Come on, T.
Wow, quick turnaround there. And guess what? It's based on volleys, Patty.
Oh, yeah. Just don't have to turn in, take back, Volclair hit the front court.
They'll switch here pretty quickly, probably.
He's over the net in transition.
There it is. They should be careful about going to Murphy's forehand here, Patty. That's a great lob by Christian. Great lob by Christian. He eliminates the angle by going down the line. He was pulled up to the middle of the court.
Come on. Let's go. Right now.
30-30.
I like Christian on this backhand side, Patty. A lot.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful rip down the line. You know, out of that half court. Obviously, this is a huge change. I like the communication with Volclair and Leon just kind of sliding to his right. Just get out of Louis' way. Let him be creative.
Go.
Watch for Christian to probe down the line like that with that little backhand. He'll just push it down the line and then move the ball over to Murphy.
Go ahead.
A lot of short lobs at this point from
Yeah, Christian is making this screen work look easy. It's not. Got to be careful with that.
Yeah, Christian is perfectly content. Just never miss.
Yep.
Keep putting another
Well,
ball.
you know what? They're just waiting till they get the ball they want. They're not pressing. They're not forcing anything. I mean,
Right.
he will move the ball over to Murphy's forehand at some point. If he doesn't, he's just going to keep doing this.
Right.
I got it.
Great lob.
Go ahead.
There it is. And then everything starts over here.
Now instead of Volclair in the overhead position hitting him, now you have totally different overhead and really heavy with Leon over.
What a point, Patty. Point of the match, right?
That's a great point here. Yeah, they're not going anywhere near Tom Murphy's forehand.
No.
He kind of lit it up recently, and they're staying away from it and just pounding Tomas that out. Christian's doing a great job. He's been on defense most of this point. Still kind of patiently waiting for an opportunity. Hasn't, Leon and Volclair haven't one up the line. What a great left. Louis let it go by. They've got the net. Huge point.
Come on!
Far off the net.
Wow.
Guys. See that?
I did.
He got caught, and that's what happened to him a little bit in the second set. And what a great rip from Leon right up the line for a winner. We're at another 3-all point. And it's Louis Volclair. He's
He drove it. There you go, Patty.
well, it's Louis Volclair. He throws off my survey. Louis is never going to lob that ball.
Okay.
He's going to be my exception to the rule. I'm taking him out of my mathematical mix.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
Yeah!
Wow. Wow. That is huge. That is huge, Patty.
5-2, final set. New ball.
And you know what, too, Patty? And that's a little lucky by Christian, but not really. I mean, he does that as well as anybody. He lets the ball get in front of him, and he holds, and then picks his spot. Now, you got a little lucky with the net there, but he was still going to the forehand volley spot. I mean,
Right.
I mean,
Hey, Guy, I have a question. I have a question for you. Just asked by APTA President Damian Johnson. But you only have 30 seconds to answer it. Can you do it? Wonder if you and Guy can comment on the fast style of play and how it will match up against the traditional grinders, McNerney Morgan, a Broderick Christian perhaps, or the new grinders, Regalado Salazar. What are your quick thoughts on that, Guy?
Good.
well, I think the way Leon and let's just talk about both these teams. All the top teams, Patty, and I'm going to talk fast because I only have 20 seconds left. They're capable of playing both ways. I mean, McNerney Morgan are the team that you think about as the most traditional grinder, but everybody's able to play fast and based on the tempo. I think with the new scoring as well, you're seeing a lot less of those matches where they're grinding. I mean, Regalado Salazar are a great example. I mean, they're playing much faster this season than they ever have. Agreed?
Agreed. Hey, look at this. 3 championship points for Christian Murphy. All of a sudden, we have that great last game. Phenomenal last point, and 10 minutes went by, and we're at 3 match points against Volclair and Leon right here. White pants far side, that's Louis Volclair. And that's Ethan Leon at the net in all dark clothing, sliding off the court to his right. Tomas Christian at court, light top. Tom Murphy over there in that deuce court. Looking to win the APTA title here, heading into the holidays and the match. I mean, looks like it's winding back the way the match started over towards 15.
Wow, look at these hands.
Oh my Lord.
Stop.
Oh. Crazy good.
Stop. And I was going to say, too, about Christian, his lob down the line is phenomenal. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Oh, Murphy, I think you got to let that go.
Yeah, you're right.
He knows it. What a phenomenal dipping ball, though. Forced that error from Murphy, who was almost on top of the net.
All right, save 2 match points, right?
Exactly. I hope we get one more 3-all point, Guy.
Well, you're down 4-2, so you're going to need more than that.
To take Volclair out of my mix.
Oh, here it is.
All right.
Okay.
Come on, I feel the money coming my way.
I think he's going to lob, unfortunately. Had no choice. Wow.
Great
What
move.
a volley by Leon.
Yep.
On match point, a two-handed volley shovel. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Go, go.
This would be potentially 4 match points in a row saved, Patty, by Leon and Volclair. You think Tomas lobs down that line and sinks over and just crushes a forehand?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the play he's looking for.
Oh no. Wow.
Leon Volclair. Christian Murphy lead 5-3. Third set.
Wow. Momentum shift, Patty?
Yep, a momentum shift. Good tag, return of serve from Volclair out of that deuce court. Got Tomas to make the volley error. Murphy serving in that. Ethan Leon hitting another two-handed backhand out of that ad court.
Up 30.
Yeah, they got to reset quickly here.
I would, if I'm Murphy and Christian right now, they got to slow down. Even though they're winning 5-3, you're right. The momentum has.
And those were 4 quick match points that Volclair and Leon saved. That's 5 match points for Christian and Murphy in this match.
50-30.
Wait, I got it.
Two-handed backhand from Leon. Who does it remind you of?
David Caldwell, Mark Parsons.
2 pretty good names to be compared to.
And Patty, I answered that question so quick without you even teeing me up.
So we never talked about any of those past guys.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
40.
Okay, right here. Yeah.
Murphy hasn't missed many of those all weekend. Left time court down now, 15-40 on his serve. Great points for Leon and Volclair. But it kind of wanted this to happen. I love all the momentum. On each team kind of right their own ship here, changing the momentum when it looks, you know, like they had none, then all of a sudden they get it. Fun to watch the shifts in momentum.
Absolutely.
One more shout out to Tim Mangan for running this event, sometime since the 1800s, we think. Kudos to Tim, the great director over at Nassau Country Club. Ran the women's portion of the draw. Done a ton to help grow paddle out here on Long Island.
Yeah, he's a master class, Patty, on just how to do things right. And Nassau Country Club's been lucky to have him all these years.
Yeah, and I mean, to convey the importance of tube socks for longevity, I mean, there's your case, and you know, that's your case study right there.
Yep. Great spot by Leon.
Christian Murphy lead 5-4. Final set.
Guy, momentum. Isn't it amazing? What does it take to change momentum? Like when you saw it there.
I think it's quick. I think it's quick points, and that's why I went back to that. 4 match points on, at 5-2 for Christian and Murphy. I mean, that was a very fast game. Fast games in paddle change momentum, for sure. Assuming you're on the right side of it. I mean, you could see it. I mean, these last 2 games have been very quick. Not favoring Murphy and Christian.
Right. Hey, we just got those stats from Court Director. Great resource for us in checking out these matches. It's going to help know what's going on with data. But we need another stat guy. 3 all-point, driver lob. I think we got to talk to APTA about adding that stat.
I think it's a great stat. I mean, I know we're having fun with it, but I think it's a really good stat to add.
Yep, that's Ethan Leon serving. At the net, just hitting that volley. Now you can see a switch. Louis Volclair with the white hat and white pants. Hitting the overhead. Tomas Christian playing defense over in the far corner at court. And Tom Murphy over in the finals of the Long Island Invitational, Dwayne Hayden Invitational.
The other thing about momentum, Patty, is even though Christian and Murphy lost the last couple games, they went up 15 love there. Now it's, of course, 15 all, but, I mean, that kind of redirects a little momentum. I mean, they are 3 points away from the match.
Go.
I just think this tempo favors Volclair and Leon.
I agree. You can feel it. Moving their way, staying with them right now, and it is basically their speed of play.
You got it. Go.
So for Tomas, Christian, and Murphy to change that from the baseline, what do they have to do, guys?
They just need to lob to higher, deeper. I mean, they're kind of doing it here. And I also think from Volclair and Leon's perspective, they should switch out at the net and let Leon hit that roller overhead. It just is so much pressure, even though Volclair's cutter is good. You know the other thing too, and it's, I'll throw it out there, I mean, because Leon does aim for the nick with that roller. I mean, maybe you get a freebie in the biggest part of the match.
Yep.
Go.
Hey, guy, on a question about 3-0 points, kind of gave up straight in, and he says that's against later in his set. Everyone's more likely to rob. That's a good point.
The ball hit the net.
No way.
Yeah, the ball hit the net. Positive.
I hit for the ball, then the paddle.
What happened, guy?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think they thought maybe somebody's paddle hit the net, and they were talking about the ball hit the net. They stopped play. Christian and Murphy stopped play. And again, talk about momentum. Little things like that. Great volley by Christian.
Great forward. Volclair right through the middle, found the seam.
This tempo is in Volclair and Leon's favor. I mean, they like the movement. They do not like to play slow. So slowing them down is the key. And that's where you've seen in this match, Patty, when Leon and Volclair are controlling the tempo, they're playing fast. They're not playing slow. And that's the opposite for Christian and Murphy.
Go.
Great lob by Murphy.
Wow. Really good play from Leon on top of that net. And you're right, Guy. They're moving the ball all over the place. They're making Murphy Christian scramble, and that's working to their huge advantage. Big momentum swing here in the last 2.5 games.
And again, when you see Leon and Volclair controlling things, great pace by Christian.
40-30.
Yeah, big rip from Murphy right there. They needed that.
And you think about the score too, you know, Christian Murphy up 5-4 but down 30-40. I mean, they could look at the score and go, hey, we're 2 points away from the match with this no-ad scoring.
So impressed by Volclair's play as it continues. I said he was lights out in Aronimix. And Louis
Got it.
playing a rock solid match here again. This week.
Playing great.
Go, go. 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 Go.
And you see Leon out of the way when Volclair doesn't need him, and on top of the net when he does. Wow.
Guy, I feel like
Volclair, 5-all. Final set.
I felt like right there, Christian challenged Leon a little bit too, like twice there, and Leon had perfect net positional advantage on the ball. And I think Tomas would have loved to throw up one more lob. Even though he had the perfect ball to drive, you had to get it out of reach. Leon, in my opinion. We're
Wow.
5-all, third set guy, final of the Long Island Dwayne Invitational.
Well, the fact of the matter, Patty, is when you have someone like Leon hanging on top of the net, even if it's a ball to drive, and you're starting to see this with some of the best players in the game, they are actually baiting you to drive the ball at them because they will stuff you behind. And that's exactly what Leon's doing. I mean, these guys see the ball so well that their volley is just better than the drive, even though someone's hammering a drive. They're actually, in some situations, Patty, volleying short or hitting short overheads on purpose to create that transition to be able to volley behind. Patty, how long do you think this third set's lasted? Maybe our producer Evan could give us a quick time on that.
Come on!
Left 40.
Hey, that was a good serve
Yeah,
right there.
deep.
But Christian
Yeah.
needs 3 more good serves here. That's the play with Murphy. That's what anticipation. Leon shot him right down the line in transition and over the net.
Go, go, go. You. Go, Louis. Go up. Go.
I tell you what, Leon and Volclair are intentionally switching out up there at the net.
Go.
I mean, seamlessly too, Patty, right? And that's why.
Body!
And that's
Wow.
why.
Team Leon Volclair, ladies,
I mean-
5, final set.
All right, guys, 4 games in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. And 5 match points saved.
5 match points, 4 games in a row. Monster turnaround for Leon and Louis Volclair. And they have themselves up a 6-5 lead after losing that first set 6-0, winning that second set 7-5, and coming back from 5-2 down. Holy cow. But that momentum thing can shift, and I look for Tom Murphy to fire off a missile on his first return to serve here and try to set a tone and try to get a little momentum back their way.
Yeah, and this, I mean, take that first set, and we've called it like it was. I mean, Christian Murphy just played a perfect set. Leon Volclair flat. But this is the match that we expected, and it's all based on tempo. The slower the match goes, the more it favors Christian and Murphy. The faster it goes, the more it favors Leon and Volclair.
I gave a shout out a little while ago to Steve Weaver, one of our tour directors in the Northeast tournament. The other is the one and only Jackie Cameron, who you see often at tournaments. Jackie is an amazing force for the APTA. And those two are the secret formulas to why these tournaments, they go week to week all around the country. And an event like this weekend, you know, those two women are so hands-on to help all the tournament directors execute a plan. And, you know, no tournament goes without some screw-ups along the way and everything. But, you know, rest assured, whenever Jackie Cameron's involved, the thing is going to come out look good like each week on the live stream. So congrats to everybody involved.
Yeah, I concur with you 100%, Patty. But these guys do an amazing job.
All right, good pressure from Chris now, that backcourt, and he just got Volclair kind of on the field, literally backing up. And this is what I'd like to see. I need Christian's got to rise, and make a difference to Murphy, and, you know, insert themselves and try to change the momentum here.
3 match points, Patty.
Holy cow. Can't believe it.
Wow. What a get.
Oh,
Still, even to put a paddle on that.
Phenomenal. You just gotta love watching Ethan Leon develop as a paddle player. He's gonna be one of our game's greatest players.
Look how far off the court Leon is, giving him space. I mean, he's on the side screen. But he's right there to volley, Patty.
Yeah, we got to keep this going. I want a tiebreaker for the third team. That's what I want. It's a tiebreaker. What do you want, guy?
You might see it. I mean, it's too good to end right now.
It is. What great high-level, entertaining play here.
Well, you know what? This is a clinic on how to play the ad side of the court, what Leon and Volclair are doing. Look at Leon. We always talk about not ducking. Leon is proving that point. He's out of the way, giving Volclair a look at the angle and room to swing. But he's always there when Volclair needs him. See how far he moves off. No indecision. Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
God, what a turnaround from losing the first net 6-0. Leon and Volclair, just phenomenal play, coming back, winning 7-5, 7-5 in those 2 sets. Guy, I mean, are you shocked or just in awe?
You know, I think it goes back to what I just said, Patty. I mean, and the reason I say it is because watching Leon and Volclair play their previous, you know, their quarter and semifinal match, I just haven't seen a team play as well and as fast as those guys have played in a long time. So when you allow them to do what they do so well, then the momentum's going to trend in their way. And as well as Christian and Murphy played, and you know what? That's a tough one to get over. 5 match points, 40 love. I mean, I'm stating the obvious, but that's a tough one to get over, you know, when you're up like that. But you know what? Leon and Volclair, they earned it. So I'll tell you that.
They did earn it, and I think the hardest thing in this sport is to close out some of these matches, and Murphy and Christian certainly feel that. It was their match, but the level of play from Volclair and Leon was so awesome, and it just, they elevated at the right time in the match, and that's why they got the win. So, Guy, I think we're going to wrap it up from the 2025 Dwayne Hayden Invitational Men's APTA Tour event. With the holidays ahead, the tour takes a break until 2026, when we will be back on court January 3rd with coverage from the Fairfield Open. We hope you and your loved ones Have a happy, joyful holiday season and a happy new year, Guy.
Absolutely, Patty. Pleasure calling out with you as always. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Good playing, fellas. Good match, T.
We're all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.